Shanti, everyone. Good morning. Is my voice coming through?
Yes, Harsha Bhai, if you can increase
Yes.
the volume a little bit, that would be even better. Yes.
Mm. How is it now? Is it better or same?
Uh,
Let me switch
yeah,
back
I think
to.
it's fine.
Is it better?
Yeah, it is. It is fine. Yeah, better.
Same. Okay.
It's better. Yeah.
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this another beautiful day in this confluence age. So today, Baba is talking about bringing newness. Other day, Chaliba was here in San Francisco. He was sharing what is that we should focus more on. And then he was highlighting this very part of bringing newness. If we don't bring newness in our Purusharad now, it will, it because Maya is changing its form, environment in which we were is also changing. If we don't change our experience with Baba or our experience with truth, if we continue to have the same old experience, the new environment it may not work in this new environment. So he was emphasizing on bringing newness. So Baba is talking about that. Let's explore what Baba says in this aspect. So Baba says, sweet children, bring about newness in your thoughts, sanskaras, relationships, words, and actions. Newness in thinking, sankalp, newness in your sanskaras, new attitudes, new approaches, new perceptions, activating new personality, and building new relationships. Relationships, that which drives our interactions and our words and actions. Bring about newness in your thoughts, sanskaras, relationships, words, and actions. Today, Baba, the creator of the new worldly creation, is seeing his rightful children of the new world. That is, he is seeing his new creation. A new creation is always loved in terms of the world. People celebrate the new year in the old world. And just to give you a context, this Murli was spoken on November 13th, 1985. It's not December 31st, but Baba is already preparing about the newness. So Baba says, in terms of the world, people celebrate the new year in the old world. However, you are experiencing new age and the new life of the new creation. They are celebrating new year in the old world, whereas you are experiencing new age and new life of the new creation. Everything has become new. Everything old has ended, and new birth, new life has begun. When you have a new birth, then with birth, your life automatically changes. Life change means your thoughts, sanskaras, and relationships. Sankalp, sanskar, sambandh have all changed. That is, they have become new. Your religion is new, your dharma is new, and your karma is also new. They simply say that it is a new year, but for all of you, everything has become new. Today, from Amritvela, you have been giving greetings for the new year. Oh, maybe it is a Diwali time or something. Did you give congratulations simply with words or with your mind? Did you have a thought for newness? Did you have a thought for newness in these three special things? Sankalp, Sanskar, Sambandh. For your thoughts and sanskaras to be new means they become elevated. While having a new birth and life, the thoughts, sanskaras, and relationships of the old world, old birth, or old life don't still remain even now, do they? If there is the slightest trace of the old still remaining in any of these three things, that trace will deprive you of all attainments and happiness of the new life, or new age, or new relationships, and new sanskaras. Many children continue to tell these things of their mind to Bab Dada in their heart to heart conversation. They don't speak about them in words. Externally, if anyone asks them how they all reply that they are very, very much okay because they feel. What do extroverted souls know of the inner self? However, they cannot hide it from the Father in their heart to heart conversations. In the conversations of their mind, they definitely say, I have become a Brahmin, I have stepped away from being a Shudra. However, the special experiences that ought to be having of the greatness and speciality of Brahmin life, of all the most elevated attainments of the supersensuous joy, of a double light angel life, I don't experience them so much. Whatever they say about this elevated life of the elevated age, they experience that, and that stage for a very short time. What is the reason for this? When you have become Brahmins, why are you not able to experience the rights of the Brahmin life? If you are a child of a king, and if you have the sanskar of a beggar, what would be said about that? Would you be called a prince? Here too, if you have a new birth, a new Brahmin life, but in spite of that, if old thoughts and sanskaras are still emerged and in your actions, would you be called Brahma Kumar? Or would you be called a half Shudra Kumar and half Brahma Kumar? You perform a play in which you show half dark and half light. You haven't understood this to be the confluence age, have you? The confluence age means the new age. In the new age, everything is new. Today, Bab Dada was hearing the sounds of everyone. Congratulations for the new year. You send cards, you write letters, but in what you say, the same as what you do, you did very well in giving greetings. Bab Dada also congratulates you. Bab Dada even says, may there be the blessings of everyone's words become imperishable. You all say, may you have a rose in your mouth. Muh mein gulab. May whatever you say become true. Bab says, let the words of your mouth have an imperishable blessing in them. From today, simply remember one word, new. Whatever thoughts you have, words you speak, actions you perform, check them, and see whether they are new. Did this account, book, chart, or register start this account, book, chart, or register from today? What do you do with the account book on Deepmala? You draw a swastika on them, do you not? Ganesh, swastika is also called Ganesh. You also definitely put a dot in each of the four sections of swastika. Why do you put those dots? At the time of beginning any task, you definitely draw a swastika and say salutations to Ganesh. Whose memorial is this? Why is swastika called Ganesh? Swastika symbolizes being stable in your own stage and having the knowledge of the whole of the creation. Stable in your own stage and knowledge of whole creation. Ganesh means knowledgeful. All the knowledge is merged in the one picture of swastika. They show the Ganesh or swastika as a memorial of the awareness of being knowledgeful. What does this mean? The basis of success in any task is to be knowledgeful. That is, to be sensible and an embodiment of knowledge. If you become sensible and an embodiment of knowledge, every action would then be elevated and successful, would it not? Those people simply draw this symbol on paper as a memorial, whereas you Brahmin souls create every thought while being knowledgeful yourself, and you would therefore experience those thoughts and that success at the same time. So, from today, with the color of this determination, every thought and sanskara has to be new in account book of your life. Not that it will happen at some time. It definitely does have to happen. Become stable in your original stage and do this. The practice of remembering Sri Ganesh and drawing a swastika at the start of any auspicious task. That is, begin this now. Become Sri Ganesh yourself and begin it. Means knowledgeful and sensible, and embodiment of knowledge. Don't think that this happens all the time. You create a thought many times, but let that thought be determined. A foundation is made strong by using cement, etc. Is it not? If you were to lay a foundation of sand, how long would it take? How long would it last? So when you have a thought, you say, I will try it and see, or I will do as much as I can. Others also do the same anyway. You mix this sand into it, and so the foundation does not become strong. It feels easy to look at others. It takes little effort to look at yourself. If you want to look at others, if you are compelled by that habit, then look at Father Brahma. He is also another being. This is why Bap Dada looks at your chart of Deepmala. The main thing Bap Dada saw in the chart was that even after becoming Brahmins, you don't experience Brahmin life. You're not able to experience as much as you should. The main reason for this is that your vision is of always looking at others, paradarshan, paradrishti. You are always thinking about others, parachintan, and you get engrossed in others' business, par, par, parpranch, prapanch. Parpanch. You speak of and think about external things a lot. Paradarshan, Parchintan, Prapanch, Parpanch. Therefore, now become a spinner of discuss of self-realization. Swa-darshan Chakradhari. By paying attention to yourself, Swa, pay attention, paying attention to others, Par, will end. Just as all of you together gave greetings for the new year, today, in the same way, you will automatically experience every day to be a new day of having a new life, new thoughts, and new sanskaras. The pure enthusiasm for greetings for the father and the Brahmin family will automatically continue to emerge in your minds at every moment. There will be a wave of congratulations and greetings in everyone's drishti. So, today, make the word congratulations imperishable. Do you understand? People keep their charts. Father saw your charts. Babdada feels compassion for your children because even though you can receive everything, what you take is incomplete. You have a you have the new name of Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. And so why do you have something mixed in what you do? You are the children of the bestower of fortune and bestower of blessing, Bhagya Vidata and Varadata. So, what will you remember in the new year? Everything you have to do is new. That is, the code of conduct of Brahmin life is all new. New means not to have any mixture. You have become very clever. You also begin to teach the father. Some children say, Baba said that we have to do something new. And so we are doing this new. However, let it be new according to the code of conduct of Brahmin life. Babdada has drawn the line of the code of conduct for you Brahmins, for your Brahmin life or Brahmin birth. Do you understand how you have to celebrate the new year? You are told that the 18th chapter is now beginning. Before the golden jubilee, it is the golden jubilee of the world university. Don't think that it is golden jubilee of only those who have been here for 50 years. It is a golden jubilee of God's task. All of those who are cooperative in the task of establishment, whether they are 2 years old or 50 years old in Gyan, even those of you who have been in Gyan for 2 years, call yourself Brahma Kumaris, do you not? Or do you have another name? So, this is the golden jubilee of the creation of Brahmins through Brahma. And therefore, all Brahma Kumars and Kumaris are included in this. Until you reach the golden jubilee, you have to enable golden aged Satopradhan thoughts, sanskaras to emerge in yourself. You have to celebrate such a golden jubilee. You celebrate this just in name according to the customs and systems. But the real golden jubilee is a jubilee in which you become golden aged. The task was successful. Means that the souls who were instruments for the task become embodiment of success. Even now, there is still time. In these 3 months, celebrate a unique golden jubilee and show it on the stage of the world. People of the world give that honor, whereas here you have to enable the stage of equality to be revealed. Whatever you do to honor them is just for the sake of it. You have to show the reality to the world. All of us are all of us are one, and we belong to the one. We are those who have a constant and stable stage. We are those who remain lost in the love of the one and reveal the name of the one. So, hoist this unique and lovely flag of your golden age. Let the scenes of golden world be clearly visible in your eyes and through your words and actions. Celebrate such a golden jubilee. Acha, to the elevated children who are worthy of such imperishable congratulations. To the children who give a vision of the new world through their every thought and action. To those who through their golden age stage ignite the lamps of pure hope in the souls of the world, that the golden world is about to come. To the constantly sparkling stars, to the lamps of success, to the children who are the images, the grand visions of new life through their determination, Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and along with imperishable greetings, imperishable blessings, and namaste. So we can pause here. So it's a beautiful Murli. Baba is asking us to bring newness in our thoughts, sanskaras, sambandh, sankalp in your relationships, and also dharma, karma, words, and actions. And how are we going to bring that actions? So Baba is inspiring us to start living up to it. Put Ganesh, swastika. And one of the main things Baba was talking about is become Swadarshan Chakradari. Instead of Paradarshan, Parachintan, and looking at the Prapanch, the world, do Swadarshan Chakradari. Put a swastika. Swastika means knowledgeful, sensible, and every time you start a new task, be Trikaldarshi and have that swastika and then start the task. And Baba is telling, so we have to celebrate the golden jubilee. That golden jubilee is not just for those who have been in yajna for over 50 years. Golden jubilee is of the yajna. That yajna includes the all those who are involved in this task of golden age. So even though we are new, so we are also part of the golden age celebration. So Baba was emphasizing more and more on bringing this newness of double light angel, being the most elevated super sensuous joy, having full of all attainments, and start experiencing all of those things. So let's take a couple of minutes to soak in this beautiful Murli. Make yourself very comfortable, being golden aged soul, very stable in your golden aged stage. Create that inner atmosphere. And bring your awareness in that sacred pure space inside. Making space for your golden age sanskaras to reveal themselves. Feel that sense of lightness, the lightness in your swabhav, your feelings, your bhavna is elevated, being that double light angel. Making very comfortable, being light. And very loving. Om Shanti. Welcome back.
Om Shanti, Ashwin.
Om Shanti, Girijaben.
It was just yesterday. I think this is 13/11, 11/11 when Deep Raja father, when Baba really was looking at something new, he was saying Deep Raja, but I never knew it was a new age. He was looking at the Deep Raja, he was looking at this rosary of lights, and he looked at three specialities in such deep deep Raja. That is, I don't know what is the Hindi word which he gave for deep children, but it was rosary of lights. He said it was Samipta, Sampurnata, and Sampunnata. He just was looking at the rosary and he was talking, making us nazar se nihal. And just 2 days after that, 13th November, he's speaking about newness in thoughts and relationship. I was just thinking, what does Baba mean about this newness? Is it just a new age? When does it begin? Does it begin when the deity souls take their spiritual birth? Or does this newness mean with the birth of Krishna? Or does this newness mean when the Sangam Yug started and when the new God, or we can say the new recognition of the Father, he came down in Brahma's son and he ushered in, told him a new world is going to be ushered when everything is going to be purified. Because every year he celebrates New Year. And whenever the new year is celebrated, whether it's Madhuban or anywhere, he just 2 hours back, he says, whatever you did is old. Now you have to take a new promise, new this. So I was just trying to churn this concept of newness, because it's like for us, just a little, I feel, a mental rehearsal, this new life or new thing, what is Baba mentioning here. How can I work on this newness? How can, when just to, even if it's 1936, the year before that, so many birth, all that is old, only this confluence age is Baba calling it as new, or is Baba calling the golden age, which is going to be as new. So, what is this period of newness which Baba is talking about in the Murli? Is what I was trying, because he says it is new sankalp, new thoughts, new relationship, new contact, every even new birth or a new life. So I was trying to, so if you can just even speak on this concept of this newness, then I can really stand at that particular crossroad and say, okay, this is what Baba's newness in the Murli means. Does it mean when I became a Brahmin? If you could just throw some light on this concept of newness in this Murli.
Mm. So, couple of things that caught my attention, especially when Baba is talking about newness. One aspect is Baba is bringing our attention to confluence age as the newness in the confluence age. And confluence age is the age, it's the same place, space and time is the same thing, where both elevated souls, the souls, like Baba's children, continues to raise their power, right? Raise their potential. They are in the ascending stage. So when we say ascending, what is ascending is our our definitely swabhav, sanskar, sankalp, sambandh, sampark, our expression, which is words, thoughts, deeds. All of these things is also getting refined, right? And at the same time, if you look at the same KPIs or measuring sticks as people who are not practicing this are, what is happening in their thoughts, what was people's thoughts are before COVID and after COVID or now, and what is their feelings before and after now, and what is going on in their swabhav, like how heavy is it, how are the relationships, how strained are the relationships there, how strong are their words, or how sensitive are they, not sensible but very sensitive, even a small word can break their hearts, and how delicate people are becoming. And on the other contrast, Baba's children are becoming more knowledgeful, sensible, and at the same time, uh, they comparing to themselves one day before, uh, is it getting better or is it getting same old? Right? So, in other words, if I see that with my perspective, uh, there is constant newness that is going to happen. So that is one point of view. Another point of view is putting whole world aside, just comparing myself to myself one day before, one and now. So one thing what I felt as we go through this journey, right? So there is this layers of 64 births of experiences, emotions, traumas, and so much drama that is all buried within our consciousness. When we first come to Baba, we have a great realization like, wow, this is great. This is new ideas, new concept. I feel good. I feel lighter. I feel a sense of relief. I feel more elevated. I feel more worthy. My swaman is naturally growing. Self-esteem is growing. Confidence is growing. All of that thing naturally happens when we first come. But as we continue on this journey, the layers which were buried under will slowly start opening up. Right? All those things that happened will slowly start opening up. Before that, we were all buried, all those things are buried nicely. So we are just living in that external world where things look all okay, all good and nice. And now, as we grow through this journey of Brahmin journey of self transformation, these layers will start opening up. It is like a Pandora box full of deepest traumas, and then that is what we see, especially with respect to mental health in the world. This all of those things slowly start opening up, and some things will start opening up, and then you start under worrying, like, I don't know, why am I feeling like this? Nothing has happened, nobody did anything that made that qualifies this strong intense emotions. And then things will start coming up even for Brahmins. So to annihilate them or to let it flow by and then stay strong, I have to carry this spiritual lightness into that space. So with that point of view, every day is a new day. So I myself am unveiling my own layers, and that opens up traumas. And just imagine those who are in golden age never sensed any transient emotion. All of a sudden they hit copper age, and then the first time they feel a sense of loss, whatever it is. They get in touch with physical experience, and all of a sudden they feel a sense of loss. How deep the trauma would be, and that is buried. And like that, there are so many of them buried. We get used to those traumas, and then we say this is normal, this is normal, this is normal. But as we start getting purer and purer, and all of these layers will start opening up, if I am not experiencing something deep and profound, when those past traumas come up, I will not have strength to handle it. So I need to have a intensity of that sense of peace, sense of love, sense of joy, sense of lightness has to be more and more intense as I go further, not just for the external world, but for myself as my own past starts opening up. So, so these are a couple of thoughts. I'm not sure if it answered. Uh, if anyone have any thoughts, feel free to unmute and share.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. And rightly said, Harsha Bhai, that's a newness. I know newness, then we're in the confused age. Every day is a newness. And the something most important thing I just think that the feelings. And when there is a connection we get, everything is there. Baba says that all the knowledge is within us. But as you rightly said, that the purity, when we the purity, यानी कि we pure ourselves. That when the purity levels is goes on increasing, and that deeply energy, whatever there, it's coming out. Knowledge is coming out, and there this knowledge is coming out. So these thoughts, whatever we relationships, that there is coming out internally. So this is a new for, and this new will create magic and create history, and this is all golden age. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba.
Mm. Yeah, nicely pointed out the aspect of purity. And again, when we talk about purity, in other words, is alignment to the truth.
Yes,
Most of the
yes.
time, most of the time it's our head which gets aligned to the truth. It says like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Oh, this is really, this totally is logical. It has to happen. There is no other way. Head is aligned. But
Yes.
when it comes back to the feelings, is my feelings aligned to what I understand? Is where is the disconnect. So, and that's where when Baba says about your thoughts, sanskaras, I mean, sanskara is much more deeper than your feeling, uh, consciously what you are experiencing, but sanskaras are much more deeper. So, is your deepest divinity is fully alive, fully active, fully driving your heart, fully driving your feelings in your heart, is what sanskara is. And then once these two are aligned, so then expression comes into picture, your relationship expression, your words, your actions, your body language, and all other things comes as a dharana point. But the purity is more about aligning your head and heart to your eternal truth. And mostly it resonates with our head. It and that's where Baba is asking us to create that inner atmosphere where your heart is also aligned to what is truth. And that is why when you experience, then only you know what actually we are talking about. So, so I think that's where these murlis are all focusing more on bring that newness, not just in your intellectual stimulation, but bring that newness in your heart space, wherein you're activating something and then you feel, and then ideally you'll be heading, not ideally, we should be heading towards that super sensuous joy, that joy which does not even come from any of this space-time awareness, which means nothing to do with your past, nothing to do with your future. There is nothing in your heart which has affected, nothing from this world, physical world, that has affected your heart. And when we take that heart to that pure space and that experience, which is beyond the physical sensations, not just through the senses of the body, but beyond the sense of physical time or physical experience in this physical realm. And that experience is something that we can comprehend with our head, but how much a heart is totally in line with what we really understand. And when we experience that, that is newness. I think Baba
Yes,
is
yes,
wanting
rightly
us.
said. You rightly said that purity as pure heart and pure feelings, pure heart
Mm,
and pure mind. Yes, yes, rightly said.
mm, mm,
But Harshabai, see, when you speak of purity, even in the Copper Age, so many of
mm,
these saints and philosophers, and many of them, or even the sannyasis for some time, they had this purity.
mm,
So that purity which they had, I don't think Baba would refer them as newness. What I feel newness is when I recognize the Father, when there is a recognition of the Father, because that's, if you say conference age, so we have to only talk about, first thing is recognition of the Father. So when He comes, everything becomes new. So for me, I think purity comes next. First, adoption comes. I adopted Him as as the new God, as the new version, because purity is always there. It was there even in the Copper Age when all these people used to follow. In mind, purity was there, body purity was there. There were so many people who followed purity. But that time I don't think it was called as
mm,
newness. So I think even maybe it's only the conference age, the short age. So even for me, 1936, some people would have taken the Gyan, recognized the Father, and there are still people even in 2020 taking the Gyan. So my newness starts from, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the time when the recognition of
mm,
the Father, when I recognize that this is the new Father, new age, that's what I think I should take as newness when I hit him as my Father. Is it okay?
Yeah. So, I mean, that definitely, I feel recognition is also a journey. if if I say that I recognized Baba, right? And in fact, in one of the Murlis, if I not mistaken, in one of the Murlis, Baba also said, you know what? There is only one person who get to know me as I am, and there is only one person, and that is only Brahma who get to know me as I am. Nobody know me as I am fully. In other words, right? So even to know Baba, of course, we are heading in the right direction. So we recognize that I am not a physical being, I am an incorporeal being. And so should be my being who sustains me also has to be incorporeal. And that being who does not come in this space time and does not lose himself, ideally, I mean, I can extrapolate that like, oh, he could be the purest one. And then I will start getting some glimpses of that belonging. And there's a journey, that's a jump start of recognizing. Oh, I recognize, oh, there is something. And now I can feel Baba is with me. And now I can sense that he can sense my thoughts and somebody is resonating. When we listen to Murli, we say like, oh yeah, this is what I was thinking too. And then Baba is answering what I was feeling and how should I feel? How should I be thinking? Like, so then we feel that, oh, there is something happening, some resonance start happening. And that's a journey, I feel. Even the recognition is also a journey. And then more and more purity, definitely at the sensual level, there is that work. But definitely the purity of my focus of attention. So what am I focusing? Am I focusing on something transient emotion? Am I focusing my heart on something more subtle than than a sense of excitement? Or after a point there won't be any words. We will know like, oh, there is something got little light. We use the word lighter, but what is it that I'm focusing my heart on? What is it that I'm focusing my engaging my heart on? What kind of energy is that? So then you'll see, oh, there is refinement happening further and further. And then, so I think it's a hand in hand. Like, so as I start refining my attention of my heart, so much I can recognize Baba. And even in this recognition, there is newness. Sometimes the drama creates such a scene that it will push you into some corner which may look like a dead end. And when we remember Baba, it is not a dead end, it is a nudge to step up. Or, in other words, nudge to shift your focus of attention, and your attention falls on something which was never was on it. Follow, right? So then drama and Baba both play together to push our attention to see that which was not visible before. And then we start experiencing, and then we start forcing ourselves to like, what is this? And then you'll start opening up. I say like, wow, wow, wow. And then of course, head and heart both have to go hand in hand. Conscious and subconscious both goes hand in hand. And as we go through that phases, and then you start experiencing something different, something new. And the kind of things that is going to happen now will most likely will force us in that direction, because environment will continuously change and it may become more and more darker. So if I'm carrying little bit of light, it will shine brighter. So I think Baba is asking us to explore more that incognito realm more now. I think that's where I see when Baba says like, oh, bring some newness is because I can definitely say that what Brahma Baba might have experienced, I haven't experienced all that he has ever experienced. So I have something more to explore, and then go deeper. Follow it. Irjaben?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I was just thinking, what is our swastika? What is our Ganesha? Soul consciousness. For us, our swastika, that Shubham thing is soul consciousness. I think that is the
More than that,
swastika,
right?
soul consciousness.
No, it is more than soul conscious, right? It is whole conscious of your whole of your part. All four ages, all five forms. Right? Swastika is about five forms, right? Your deity form, your worshipworthy form, your Brahmin form, and then there is dot everywhere. It is the soul. So then your soul form, and then there is angelic form. So that we experience in this confluence age. So swastika is like all the pure potential that we carry. Yeah. Anyone else have any thoughts, comments, realizations?
One more point I got. The vision, Baba's told about the vision and what
Mm.
the picture we see. And we come to know there is newness is there or not in with me. It depends on the vision, what picture I see. That I
Mm.
think what picture is going on in my mind. That is important.
Mm. One is, yeah, that is true. Visual is, yeah, visions are also very interesting. Other day uh, we were reflecting on this point of visions. Uh, Sister Shivani was here in San Francisco a couple of days ago, and so I was driving her. So we were having this very discussion on the vision part. So she was bringing our attention to like, look, Adi so Ant. Whatever has happened in the beginning of the yajna will also continue to happen in the end of the yajna. So whatever struggles that they have gone through, most likely it will happen again. But more than that, how Baba started introducing himself. He didn't say like, oh, here is a 10 commandments, here is a plate full of notes, go read it and then meditate on it. He didn't come with that. He started very gently. He started to appeal to the souls. First, he started appealing to Brahma Baba. So, Brahma Baba was very much invested in Vishnu and Krishna. And in order to appeal to him, so he gave wherever his heart is into. First, he gave a vision of wherever his heart is totally set, right? And when we say vision, he didn't play a video on his screen of your mind, but he made him feel through what it feels to be Vishnu. Vision is more than a video that is playing on the screen of our mind, right? So even in our dreams, when we go through, when we have a dream, we are part of the dream. We are going through those motions through it. So we are involved into it, right? So first Baba came, he started appealing to wherever is his heart set, right? Wherever is his bhavna. And then he slowly start nudging and showing like, look, this extreme sorrow happening. There is this extreme divinity that is happening. And then look at the contrast for yourself. And then look that this is you. You have to do it. And then you are the person. And all of this thing, these are all from his own personal experiences. And those are visions, right? And same thing for all the dadis. He didn't say that, oh, soul is in the center of the forehead, and then you're a dot, and Baba is a dot, go to soul world. He didn't say that. He just held that space, and then that feeling start resonated in all those who had those experiences, who lived through those golden aged time, right? And that's how he started inspiring, he started invoking that, right? And then once they experienced it, they got hooked onto it. Or it's kind of once they got hooked onto it, so then he started ta- taking that as a lever, and then he leveraged that to push further, further and further and further and deeper, right? And then it was very effortless for that is because they were having a good time, and it is very easy for them to let go of all other things, so friends, family, this, that, and the other, all that drama that happened. So but what is the strength that gave them to go through is that experience. It is not just that intellectual realization that yes, I am a deity. They had this realization that I am a deity, and they had that realization after they had an experience. So that experience was what carried them through. And then Gyan got slowly refined, and their focus, they were going to Dhyan, and then their focus was also refined. And then Baba used to say, like, look, what you guys are doing is not right. Dhyan is different from yoga. And then he started refining. Where is your focus? Your focus is not, you should not be going into all this subtle world, golden age, dancing in moonlight, and all kinds of stuff. That is not yoga. And then he started refining. The feelings are good, golden age feelings are good, but he started refining, right? So he was telling that we should be so subtle enough to, because those elevated beings are still on this earth, somewhere in some other body, and Baba is still there in the subtle region. I should be able to resonate with their energy, right? So as the time gets darker and darker, these souls will get more lighter and lighter, and then they start resonating with all other Avyakt family who are in their Avyakt stage. So that beautiful confluence will slowly start coming. Whatever happened in the beginning will slowly start happening now. So, so now Baba, we are at an advantage because all this gyan is also there. Like we can use all of this murlis to make our practice more effective. Follow it. So yeah, those are a couple of my thoughts here. Om Shanti. Anyone else? Raki Ben, Amy Ben.
Nothing, Harshaben. Let's move to meditation. We're already at 6.
Cool. Yeah, make yourself very comfortable. And try to observe how you feel. With every breath, make your body lighter. Make your body more and more fluid, more easy in your own body, more relaxed. And make your mind more relaxed, more fluid, and more subtle. Allow the sense of lightness to grow in your mind. Allow the sense of lightness to set into your heart. Make your heart more fluid, more relaxed. Whatever is in your heart, let it flow. Make your heart more subtle and more lighter. Allow yourself to engage in this experience, not just experiencing it. Allow yourself to stay absorbed in this sense of lightness, very fluid, very subtle, and let this energy radiate. Allow yourself to dwell in this body of light. Very tangible, very palpable energy. And very radiant, double light. Make yourself very stable and very comfortable in this body of light. And carry this body of light for the rest of the day. And let your light transform the atmosphere wherever you go. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Harsha Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a wonderful day.